Welcome to TacosandGeeks.com reviews. Justin here. Today I'll be reviewing the anime movie Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods. Before we talk about the stories and the characters, here is a brief synopsis of the film. The events of Battle of the Gods take place some years after the battle with Majin Buu, which determined the fate of the entire universe. Whis, the god of creation, along with Bills, the god of destruction, are tasked with maintaining some sort of balance in the universe. After awakening from a long slumber, Bills is visited by Whis, and he learns that the galactic overlord Frieza has been defeated by a Super Saiyan from the North Quadrant of the universe named Goku, who is also a former student of King Kai. Ecstatic over the new challenge, Goku ignores King Kai's advice and battles Lord Bills, but he is easily overwhelmed and defeated. Bill leaves with his eerie remark to Goku of, "Is there nobody on Earth more worthy to destroy?" Now it's up to the Z Warriors to stop the god of destruction before all is lost. Now, before I begin, I had to just publicly say this, guys. I will not allow my nostalgic feelings and my love for DBZ overshadow the truth about this film and how I really feel about it. Okay, story-wise, first let me just talk about the characters before we get into the whole story, because it's DBZ. There's not really no real meat, grounding, moving, or story structure here. It's basically a setup for a battle like we know the DBZ format, and this is no different. However, this does have a little bit more story to it because this bridges the gap, or gives you a glimpse of what happened after the Majin Buu saga, and it kind of alludes to GT, but there's still debate between DBZ purists of whether GT is canon or GT is not canon. Me personally, I would consider GT canon because Pan's in there. So anyway, what's happening here is it's a few, Buu's dead, Fat Buu's back, and life is good. They're in peace. So Lord Bills is this god, as previously just stated, that he's tasked to destroying planets in certain sections in the universe because he has to balance the universe. When he finds out that Frieza is dead, because he kind of wants to kill Frieza himself, and that he wants to see if Frieza actually destroyed Planet Vegeta, he finds out that this Goku kills Frieza, and he talks about this dream that he had of a Super Saiyan God. The Super Saiyan God that is the god of the Saiyans that will be able to match him in power, so he wants to find more information about the Super Saiyan God. So he meets Goku at King Kai's planet and starts to ask him about it. Goku, of course, is stupid, doesn't know about it, so Goku, who's heard so much about how powerful he is, challenges Bills, and he basically gets knocked out in 2 hits. Then Bills, disappointed with that, finds out there are more Saiyans and half Saiyans on Earth, so he goes to Earth to find it, and there he meets Vegeta, and I'm not going to spoil, but he has a certain ties to Vegeta's dad and Vegeta himself, and Vegeta is scared shitless, just like he was in the Broly movie. For those who've never seen the Broly movie, you'll be used to Vegeta's, the legendary Super Saiyan. You remember how he was like that? In other words, this time he's the same Vegeta, just going, he's the god of destruction, the god of destruction. And as a Vegeta fan, hardcore Vegeta fan, it's very disappointing to keep seeing that. Like, really, I know Vegeta has fear, but damn it, why is it every movie that he does that when it comes to a huge power level? It's like, damn it, come on. Anyway, so the entire movie, basically I would say a good 65% of this movie, if you're looking for battles, this Dragon Ball Z movie doesn't have that much battles. Probably 2 main battles, the ending and Goku fighting and Vegeta's little eruption after Bills does something to Bulma. Otherwise, it is just, I hate to say it, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's more of a comedy movie to me. I was laughing, it was funny because the main problem I have with Bills is that he's supposed to be the god of destruction, but yet he doesn't give off this threatening vibe that you expect from a Dragon Ball Z villain. He's not as threatening as Frieza. Don't get me wrong, he's threatening in power level, but he's not threatening enough. Cell was threatening. Majin Buu was threatening. Frieza was really threatening. Like, okay, this is somebody not to mess with. How does Lord Bill spend his time on Earth? Eating. Yes, eating. I'm sorry for the spoiler, but he eats a lot. He's just like this narcissist freeloading god that just eats. And what really sets him off, you want to know what really sets him off, which for some reason was a major plot point in this movie? And I'm sorry, it was pudding. The fact that Fat Boo didn't want to share his pudding, that's what pissed him off. That's what made him really want to destroy the planet. Pudding. The god of destruction's what really set him off was pudding. And that really set him off. And you would think that it would be something like he would come here like, all right, I'm the god of destruction. I'm here to destroy the planet because it's my task to do. So you would think they'll go with that storyline. No, it's he has to find a Super Saiyan god, which gets explained. And frankly, the way it's done, maybe because I'm a Vegeta fan, but we already know who's going to become the Super Saiyan god. We already know how it's going to end. We already know who's going to save the day. We already know who's going to get to the power level. It's so predictable. It's just like, seriously, can someone else get their own shine in this? And I think that's the biggest problem with the movie, is that it gives you... It was hyped up so much that, okay, this is going to be the most epic Dragon Ball Z movie. This is the strongest guy. Yeah, he's the strongest character in DBZ right now, but he's not threatening enough. He was more like a sparring partner. Like, he was basically training, as they said in the movie, he's training Goku. He's not really a threat. He wasn't a threat, and I think that's the biggest problem I had. Not to mention there wasn't that much battles, but he wasn't a threat. He was just cool. He's like somebody I want to hang out with. And just, if I pissed him off because I didn't give him pudding, I mean, seriously, I can't believe that was like what really set him off. Not the fact that he was frustrated that he couldn't find the Super Saiyan gods, but he couldn't get pudding, so he threw a hissy fit. And I mean, it was just, I don't know. Me personally, story-wise, it was very disappointing. I was just really disappointed with it, you guys. I hate to say it, story-wise, it was disappointing. But on the other hand, what I did like is that they did give you winks at previous, characters in Dragon Ball universe, which, we get a nice cameo from a baby version of these three guys, I should say, one girl, two guys, and you also get a wink at a future half Saiyan who actually is responsible for helping find the Super Saiyan God, which I won't spoil that, but it was just a really, really nice wink, and I love the setup of it, and I love how Dende reacted to it. It was great. So story-wise, I would say it's very disappointing because, frankly, the villain is not threatening enough for me, especially with this type of level of power that he had. It does give you nice winks and does tighten knots of what happened between GT and, Dragon Ball Z. If you're a Goku fan, you're gonna love it. You're a Vegeta fan, you're gonna hate how Vegeta's treated again. If you're a Gohan fan, you'll be happy that Sandman came back for a little cameo, but I don't know, it just wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. So we're gonna go into the voice acting. The voice acting was really good, really good. Japanese voice actors did it again. It just really brings you that Dragon Ball feel. It really brings you back. It's like, okay, DBZ's back. It's coming back. And I really do hope we will. I'm not going to lie, regardless of how I feel about the story, I do hope we see more of this because it's Dragon Ball Z being reintroduced to a new generation for those who didn't grow up on Dragon Ball Z. Voice acting was great. No real complaints there. It was nothing really over the top. I believe it's the original cast that's back. And it was just knock out of the park. It was great performances, especially Goku, especially Lord Bills, who, regardless of him not being threatening, he was very entertaining to watch. Whilst was very entertaining. Vegeta, always a scaredy cat. Gohan was funny. Bulma actually was hilarious. Yeah, I love Bulma in this one. You find out her age too, which is really cool. So yeah, voice acting, very good, very good. We're gonna head into music and animation. Music and animation. The music, it was really enjoyable. I did love Flo's cover of Chahala Hai Chala. I thought it was a nice 2000, the 2000 era edition of it. You will miss the classic one, but they do a really good cover of it, so I'm not complaining about it. And plus, I fell in love with Flo after I heard Days from Eureka 7, so you can't tell me Flo's not a good band. The background music is really great as well. Gives you basically that old DBZ feel that you're used to. Great production, especially during the battle scenes. They had this one choir song in there, which was really good, which made it feel a little more epic, which I wasn't expecting, but it was really good. Animation-wise, the characters look great updated in this new generation. However, the background in certain scenes, especially fighting scenes, you can tell it's just CGI, and it was really poorly done. You can just tell, okay, this is CGI. It doesn't kind of match the animation that, the characters. You can just tell, okay, you can tell, all right, this is CGI. The water is clearly CGI, and I think it would have been better if certain backgrounds was hand drawn instead of computer generated. It would have brought it out more, and it would have been a little bit more realistic. And it doesn't take you out of it, but it would have been a little bit more better. So animation, it was so depending on what you think, but otherwise it was pretty good. Final grade. The final grade, I'm going to give Battle of the Gods a very fair B minus. Fans of DBZ are gonna love it regardless. But if you really look at the story, you'll see that yes, it does bridge the gap between GT and the original series, and you get more questions on what happened, what happens and who the Super Saiyan God is and everything else. Vegeta fans will be disappointed of how he's treated, but you will love the fact that they kind of say that he's stronger than Super Saiyan 3. Won't spoil it, but you'll see. You'll see what it means. That'll make you smile. Story-wise, the villain, he wasn't threatening enough as I would hope a God of Destruction would be. I wasn't expecting him to be like insane like Broly or Cooler or Cell, but I was expecting him to be threatening and not eating most of the time with his friend and going apeshit over pudding. But hey, that's where the cookie crumbles. So a very fair B minus. The voice acting saves it. The battle scenes were pretty good when they actually happened. No, unfortunately, there's only like really two main battle scenes, and the Vegeta fight that lasted like a minute. But otherwise than that, it was cool. Just a little disappointing. I expected better from it story-wise. So, Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods gets a B minus. This is Justin from TacosGeeks.com saying, later days. Catch you on the next one.